that axis from being congested. Good morning, Femi. Please, can you send me the name of the Jete song you just played last now? Hey, it's funny enough, it's not me that even played the song. Oh, let's give credit to where credit is due. That will have to be Bivan. Bivan is the very African one among us here. I don't know why he stopped doing his Focus Africa stuff. Ah, boy. All right. Well, I've just sent you the name of the song I saw. I think it's called Kudera Kwa Kanaka. Amo McMurtry, okay? He played it out from one of those channels on YouTube. Okay? All right, so that's that. Let me share with you some of the things that are reflected on by various stakeholders. Take a listen to some of this.
Each talk show unravels your thinking, makes you stop to listen, teaches you in a debate of opinions.
I believe this man knows what he is doing. He is a Nigerian.
Ultimately brings you to the king of Tokyo, Femi D. Lai.
Let me start with Labour Party and the factional chairman, I would presume. In this case, I don't even know if there's a faction. There's been a judgment, but he is still continues to lead in the measure. The Labour Party, that's Amido Papa's own grouping, and they had a press conference and they talked about P2B as a point of this discussion. All right, listen to this.
This is Morning Crossfire.
Who is using the identity of his dead brother, of the man called Mr. Peter Obi, who is using the identity of his dead brother. Repeat. We want to know the true identity of Mr. Peter Obi, who is using the identity of his dead brother. Mr. Peter Obi name on the NYC certificate, the one on the University of Nigeria certificate and WAEC are different. Who and what is his other name? Where is he and what happened to him? Men of the press. The attention of Labour Party been drawn to Mr. Peter Obi needless and warranted war press conference on Wednesday, 11th of October 2023, where he accused the President Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Ashibola Ahmed Tinubu, of using fake identity. We have been watching with keen interest the various reaction and mudslinging of the unsubstantiated allegation of forgery in respect of Chicago State University diploma certificate of His Excellency President Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. While I agree that Mr. Obi has the right to his opinion, he ought to be guided by the Constitution of Nigeria, because he who comes to equity must come with a clean hand. As a major party, the role played by the Labour Party for 2023 presidential candidate is highly condemnable, because it is obvious he is trying to levy war against the President of Nigeria through intimidation in order to cause violent rule, which is a felony offense punishable by death or life imprisonment. We live rather than Mr. Obi engaging in this media tragedy, rascality and comedy, he should have allowed Supreme Court to adjudicate on the veracity of the issues in the President's certificate. Labour Party acted on credibility that he has another, the son of his father, to disclose his elder brother name and his whereabouts. What is the relationship between Obi and the like of IKB, JX5, and late Senator Okonkwo in the 80s in Lagos? What business interest was he pursuing in the 80s in the USA with the above measures? And whose passport did he use to travel to US? Let him show Nigeria a basket and the name he bear on the birth certificate. We can also confirm, as the National Public Secretary of Labour Party, I was among those who claimed Obi as one of the president's hopeful, and that the name written on Peter Obi's certificate from the University of Nigeria was different from the name on his NYC certificate of the former governor and his wife's certificate. Mr. Obi claimed in his comedy press statement that, and I quote, I will not just start by giving you my academic record. I will start by introducing myself. He said, name given to me by my parent is Peter Onwubuasi Obi. That was my parent, that was the name my parent gave me. I don't answer my or middle name. This means is that I cannot die. So I choose not to answer it. But my father that gave me that name. But it was my father that gave me that name. My name is Peter Onwubuasi Obi. Catholic, and my confirmation name is Gregory. So you will see me write Peter Gregory Obi. I repeat, he said you will see me write Peter Gregory Obi. In Peter Obi's elder brother, his firstborn was a drug baron that was killed. He belonged to Andioko, the IKB group in the early 80s. He should bring a birth certificate. And we want to know who is Gregory, rather than him to comport himself, is telling the hope that is not.
This is Morning Crossfire.
And so begins the controversy around that. Well, say truth or not, we do know that there's a right to action or a right to reply, right of reply. We're expecting that will happen maybe sometime from Peter Obi's camp, or maybe actually we ignore. But we'll be along the line to provide you the right of reference that would come from his team. That's Peter Obi's team along the line of that. And there's just so much to wonder about, everybody's just not everybody. The way everybody's claiming everybody's not everybody. What does that even mean? Everybody's claiming everybody's not everybody. Everybody's not real enough inside, real enough. What a time. Okay. Well, if that's it's you a little bit on the edge, well, the story still continues. There are many ways to look at some of the stories that I do want to share with you. There's also the updates from the army. They've been talking recently about all their efforts to put things in perspective in terms of redeeming the time. Let me also share with you why the City Minister seems to have the ears of the people. A little bit of that. As you know him, he shares a lot of his views in the most authentic way. But that would happen after the break. Stay with me right here on Nigeria Info.
The breaks the news like the news. Trust me, I can prove it. I'm ready. Let's take on the biggest debates on radio, provide insights, experience, and build an unforgettable discussion together. I am Femi. Amele.
Nothing breaks the news like the news. Trust me, I can prove it. I do it every morning on Morning Crossfire from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Nigeria Info 95.1, and I'm Femi D. Amele. Join the biggest conversation around the national politics every day. The way is trustworthy, full of passion, and yes, covers the biggest politics and the stories that matter to you. See, you have all the reasons to find out what's on in Nigeria and behave differently. Let's talk. That's the way to go, even this morning.
This is Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria. Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. This is 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 Nigeria Info.
Press briefing today. Entirely you came. So I said, okay, let's use one stone. Okay, to that is leadership. So many people don't want to take actions that they believe that, oh, some people are angry. No, there's no action you take that everybody will be happy. But what is important is that you are guided by law and your conscience. You are guided by the interest of Nigerians, not by the interest of me, the Minister of FCT, or any other. In 2018, the National Assembly passed a bill into law, which was assented by the former Vice President, Osumajo, when he was acting as the president. He assented to that bill that became law that FCT should have civil service commission. Everybody had been running away. Nobody wants to. And what is it? The entire civil servants in FCT, they are all lost hope. Why? You cannot be here and be a permanent secretary. You can't. And you can imagine their career. Or all their life, what you are hoping to the apex of your career. But no way. Because there's civil service commission. And nobody has the political way to implement it. Everybody talking about, oh, if I'm the head of service, it will reduce my power. It's not about you. It's about the institution. It's not about me. It's not about the president. When the president will go, minister will come and go. So also head of service and go. But what is important is, if National Assembly has a bill into law and assented by Mr. President, then what is wrong in implementing that law?
This is Morning Crossfire.
The FCT USM Wike provided perspective to some of the people who work alongside with him to understand there's much career growth can be attained alongside with him during his tenure and time as city minister. Well, the FCT Police Command is sure that if to arrest some key criminals that are terrorizing the FCT. Here's the claim of one of the few people arrested. He claims this was his first time, but then, who knows?
This is Morning Crossfire.
So we have a total of 3 suspects: Mukhtar Usman, Abaka Mohammed, and Usman Mohammed. 3 of them all hail from Borno State. They were all arrested and they are also helping us to get 2 of their members fled in the process. Secondly, a suspected armed robbery suspect, Chance. On the 11th of October 2023, acting on incredible intelligence, police operatives swung into action and arrested one Shukuti S
a one chance kingpin terrorizing Abuja by expressway. His operational chance vehicle, a golf car with registration number KWL 536 in color, was recovered. He is assisting the police to arrest other of his accomplices.
This is Morning Crossfire.
Okay, so that's much of the police are saying that they're arresting people, chance and organ switching, should I say organ? Yeah, I used the word fapping there, which is still it, by the way. Now, the Minister of Women Affairs, she's been speaking recently, and just take a listen to this. Let me see whether you understand it differently than I do.
And appreciate them, isn't it? I'm pleading with you people. Let's work this particular one. Let me be the first example to show that we've changed the narratives. Let's do it differently. I each and every one of you are aware a situation where we're about to encourage them in planting rice. Let this thing be an opportunity to encourage them and make it easier for them. You can't call them every day, you appreciate them, and you tell them how good they and show them how to use this or do that. And they go back at doing that same work in a very excruciatingly painful way. We have been suffering the way and manner our people are doing their agriculture. The rural women are suffering so much that you can't even pay them for pain they go through. Why to change this particular one? Each and every donor that is here, bring one modernized tool or the other to give to those women that day. It will be something different. The First Lady has already fired. She is bringing in a lot of agricultural machines to give out to these women on that day because she's equally interested in making life easier for these women. And that too, we are going to teach them how to manufacture manure and how to use it. That one is really very good. But I suggest that we do this particular solution in Women Development Center, bringing in a few women from some geopolitical zones as we are to give them these tools, teach them, bring the Chinese people that we teach how to use these tools. Let it be something different that will improve their lives for a change. That is my briefing today. And where we are going to do it, I'm sorry, but we have to change it. If we know women we are expecting, we can gather people that are within to fill the hall, while we choose 50 representatives from different areas where they major on agriculture and make it easier for them. As we speak now, a Chinese company, has donated 20,000 tons of the hybrid rice to this ministry. Hybrid rice. So we use this opportunity in those areas where they are farming rice, especially the areas that UN and the World Bank said they are helping us by organizing some women that are dealing on rice, but are still using it to pick the rice.
This is Morning Crossfire.
All right, let me take on your calls because time is really fast spent. I see quite a number of messages. So it's good morning, Femi G. I'm chiefly struck by the failure of both us and Israel that there is no friendly bullet. People are dying on the cross line and for the unconditional ceasefire. These of the hostages captured during the crisis and leaders from both parties in the crisis should initiate the process of rapprochement. Imasi from Suleja had the reach. Let's take some calls. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Yes, welcome.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Calling from PW.
All right, then welcome.
I say a big thank you to His Excellency. It's a man you need to hate and hate to like. That is just the problem of this country, because somebody want to be that the law permit to do. If others can emulate what he's doing, we will be far. Papa and Peter will be. Let us what the counter, please, because it be like say trouble. You know the finish. We try to enjoy you, Momo.
All right, thank you for your view. You know the finish. Good morning to you.
Yeah, I'm calling from
Charles, welcome.
I want to talk about the vice president visit to China. I've heard so many comments about people commending him a good direction. But the last time there is no continent in the world that is The message then was he was going around in investors. Not a few people that are in this here. Within that 8 years that God was power, can people tell us the investment brought in? Rather, companies who have after even stopped working in Nigeria, which has made the unemployment gone higher than before they came into power. Today, we're talking about Hamas is released. When Boko Haram is killing the Muslims, when nobody is supporting them, when kidnappers are killing the Christians, no Israeli not coming here to help anybody. Who should mind? Africa should focus on their own problem and leave other people alone. For the past 8 years, I think what have died in Hamas now have not even, it's 1% of what has died in Nigeria. Have the Hamas coming there to you? Have the Israelis come to help anybody? People, Africans should solve their own problems within their own and leave this Western country. They are playing politics with Africans. It is like this place. I don't know. They look at us as super as they are. We should live in this thing. These people are parents say it's not for now.
All right. Well, thank you for your view. Thank you. Thank you so much. Our government wants to regulate social media when the APC was positioned to use social media against President Goodluck Jonathan propaganda and won elections. Surely they will feel they can in Nigeria. Henry Oga from Sileja is of that opinion. But they just wondering aloud if we're asking road safety officials to secure charge of the fuel tank, or go and confiscate or what's of still do the packing of their own. I joke, just wondering. Eagle's eyes for, well, so far, if there's one institution that's maintained quite a decorum in service, it has to be the road safety. I'd say the same for all the others, okay? But at least I know they would be able to help with the traffic, help with too many other things, and just get everybody coordinated, essentially, yeah? Okay. Usel forgot, it's good morning. The bridge where you turn from Gwagwalada or from Zuba, face the airport road, after which you'll pass the University of Abuja before the bridge that takes you to the airport. So there are service stations around the Air Force Base, Correctional Service HQ Airport, University of Abuja, which are closer than the Kubwa one. Usel forgot is of that opinion. Momentum says, please, Apapa-led factories should go and arrest cloud chasers. Petrobi can't ignore them. Good morning, Femi. After the Supreme Court judgment for the media and government to be given this faceless labor of visibility is shameful and sad and bad. The Patriot. Good morning, Femi. It's unfortunate Nigeria has been reduced to this level. It has become quite something joke. The man whose voice has been a clown, it's laughable for a man who claimed to be a member of the Labour Party, coming out to attempt to ridicule his own presidential candidate. It would be a complete waste of energy for anyone to respond to such an unfounded, concocted joke called election. Tom Kennedy writes that in. It's time to talk to Comfort of our dear Gold. And yes, and the opportunities they provide. She's looking amazing this very morning, ready to take it on. Let's talk it.
This is a sponsored.
This is Nigeria Info.